Confidence in a relationship can be a tricky thing to master, especially for those of us who aren't born with it. Not to mention if we consider confidence with an opposite sex. Believe it or not, when I was younger, I was quite shy. I was shy when it came to speaking in public, even standing up in front of my class. I was shy when speaking to the more confident and popular guys. I was shy when it came to my sports abilities, but most importantly, I was shy when it came to girls. So much so that by the time many of my friends had already experienced sex for the first time, I was still a virgin. And although I can pinpoint the time when things changed in that regard, pinpointing the moment my internal state, my confidence and self-esteem changed is rather difficult. One thing that I know though is that over time I realized that there are a lot of things in life that we can control through sheer act of decision. And you could say that I decided that I wouldn't be shy anymore, lacking confidence or self-esteem, and instead I latched onto the moments that made me feel good about myself, and I worked on ways to improve my confidence and advocate for myself. And if there's one thing I learned in the process, never underestimate the impact growing your confidence can have on relationship success, and most importantly, on your own happiness. Confidence comes from an internal self-appreciation and understanding that people generally see you the way you make them see you. And until you learn to love yourself, you won't fully enjoy an equal and healthy relationship with someone else. Feeling confident in an existing relationship can be tough, especially if it's not your default position. So here are 5 tips where to start. Consider your partner's perspective. If you feel nervous about voicing your opinions to your partner, think about your position on a given subject and plan out what you're going to say. And no, I don't mean word by word. This is not going to help you. Instead, it will put even more pressure on you to remember what you wanted to say. Instead, think about what you want to say, how you want to say it, and how it makes you feel. Then consider different ways your partner could react to you. Analyzing the ways they could respond will help you to emotionally prepare yourself for any reaction they could throw your way. Being prepared and being able to expect a variety of scenarios will mean that you will be far less likely to be drawn into an argument or talked down by them. Instead, you will be far more able to articulate your own feelings and opinions. Another advantage to this process is also the fact that analyzing a variety of scenarios and responses will help you become more empathetic to their reactions and feelings, especially if you're a person who normally scores quite low on empathy. This will then help you both to reach a better understanding of each other without allowing other emotions to get better of you. Don't bottle up your feelings. Although you might think that you are doing the right thing by not raising an issue to prevent an argument, this isn't going to help you or your partner in the long run. Relationships are pretty much always intense, regardless of how they seem on surface. Humans have created the construct of monogamous relationships due to their evolutionary advantage, and later a legal one too, but that doesn't mean that we're naturally built for it. Most people struggle with the cabin fever when around the same people all the time, and while in relationships we tend to make an extra effort, and love and mutual attraction can certainly help with that, that does not mean that there aren't things that just don't go against the grain. Not expressing your feelings, even if you're a person who consciously works on maintaining the love, passion, the attraction, the fire of your relationship, you can still be subject to gradual buildup of shit over time until something happens, you snap, and everything comes out at once. Or even worse, your love turns into a resentment. If that happens to you, check out our video on resentment, which is up here. For this reason, having the confidence to bring up small issues as they happen can quite literally save you and your partner much more hurt in the future. I know you may be nervous to do it, but bringing up little irritations as they happen will save your relationship in the long run, so you'll be doing yourself and your partner a favor. That being said, before we proceed with the next tip, this does not mean you start nitpick on everything your partner does. You need to know what is just an irritation due to your own nature and what is a problem that could potentially grow into a much greater misunderstanding or argument. Remember your self-worth. As I have already mentioned it, if confidence is not natural to you, it can arise from decision. Once it takes root, it has to be supported by things such as your own power of individuality. You're utterly unique and there is something to celebrate. There is nobody who is too simple or vague in this regard. Even the most invisible person often hides uniquely complex story. It's easy to forget how amazing we all are, either by comparing ourselves to others or letting negative thoughts cloud our heads. Struggling with self-confidence can have huge impact on different parts of your life, but especially so on your relationship. Since so many things take place in our relationships, they are essentially a reflection of our points of views, mood, perceptions, misconceptions, understanding and misunderstanding. Getting in touch with your own feelings and investigating the parts of your own self-worth in search for the source of the lack of your self-confidence is often the first step to overcoming it. Embracing your individuality is your greatest asset, so start seeing it as a positive. You should be able to feel comfortable being yourself around your partner. If you ever feel as though you have to put on an act to make them stay or fit in with their expectations, then it's just not worth it. You won't be truly happy in a relationship until you can be yourself. Even if it means taking some time apart and being single so you can focus on yourself, it will help you find the right partner in the long run. And remember, people who are confident in themselves and know what they want, whether at home or in a bedroom, are damn sexy. Don't ignore your insecurities. Every single person has insecurities. Some are bigger, others are more minor. But there is no single person who has absolutely no insecurities. Having them is perfectly normal, up until they start affecting the quality of your life, or even worse, the life of those around you and your personal and intimate relationship. Either way, ignoring them won't make them go away. Take for instance my wife and I. My wife is incredibly attuned to the emotions of other people and social situations with great level of empathy, which usually means that you put her into a group of people, throw her into a party of complete strangers or randoms, and she'll just swim with the flow like a fish in the water. I'm not kidding you when I say I always love going anywhere public with her. And that does not mean that I lack confidence. If anything, I would say I have more confidence in many respects than she has, but I'm nowhere near as in tune with others as she is, which often renders my confidence useless. And quite often I tend to come across as a dig, even though I'm really not. What I'm trying to say is that there are often reasons for insecurities that could easily be enhanced in a relationship. But recognizing your weaknesses and understanding yourself can stop you from turning those weaker points into insecurities. One of the biggest mistakes is that many people think that they know their partner inside out, but that is often far from truth. Neither nor you nor your partner can read minds. Your partner might be oblivious to the ways they are adding to your insecurities and causing you to lose confidence. This is even more elevated when the two partners came from different social circles, education backgrounds, or simply just are completely opposing in terms of their personalities or emotional intelligence. And yes, sometimes that works. After all, there's a reason for the saying that opposites attract, but that saying does not state opposites work well in the long term. But like I said, there are exceptions, though mostly if the differences concern only a small facet of your relationship. If it's something big, you may have a harder time, but that does not mean it's unachievable. If you struggle with insecurities in your relationship, take the opportunity to have conversations about it with your partner and offer some solutions. Don't accuse them or intentionally start an argument, but try to think of an easy way that they can start helping you build up your confidence again. Admitting that you have insecurities to yourself and then to your partner perhaps is the first step to overcoming them. Having a conversation with your partner and getting their support in tackling them can reaffirm the confidence in your relationship and its future. It can also help you figure out your mutual strengths and weaknesses and help you better understand how you can support each other in different aspects of life or situations, which brings me to my last point. Recognize their display of love and affection. It's easy to doubt yourself and your partner's feelings for you if you dismiss or overlook every nice thing they do for you. Perhaps they compliment you and you reject it in your mind because you don't feel you deserve it. Or maybe they do nice things for you or buy you little treats that show that they care and you question their motives. The truth is, your partner wants you to feel happy and to like them just as much as you want them to like you. Perhaps they aren't the best at expressing their feelings verbally, and this damages your confidence, but the way they treat you shows how much they appreciate you and your relationship. It's all about recognizing how your partner shows and gives their love rather than expecting them to do precisely what you would do in their shoes. They aren't you. They might express themselves in a completely different way to you. When you see and accept how much they care, you'll instantly feel far more confident in yourself, in your ability to speak up, and the strength of your relationship. Being at your best and feeling confident in a relationship can be hard to achieve, especially if you throw a bunch of mental obstacles in front of yourself. And yes, even if you initially take the route of fake it till you make it, sometimes it can be difficult to appear confident, or you just overdo it and look bossy. But you need to make sure your voice is heard while giving the same privilege to your partner. Just remember that confidence comes from within. It's not about putting on a show or making others back down. It starts with a decision to be confident that is then propped up by your love and respect for yourself. Maintaining your own happiness enables you to shine brighter and share more of your love and happiness with your partner. They're in a relationship because they want to be with you, so don't be scared to fully embrace who you are and explore your full potential. If they are the right person for you, they are just going to love you even more for it. Alright guys, if you like this episode, let us know. If there is any specific topic that you want us to discuss next time, share it in the comments. Also, if you have some personal experience, do it as well. And before I leave you, don't forget to check out our community tab for any surveys or any news that we may be bringing your way. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.